Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. That's 1-866-662-8822. Log on to www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
My name is Lori Welch, and I am a mother, and my husband and I entered the hospital with the great intentions of just enjoying a joyful occasion of having our second child. They had to do an emergency hysterectomy, and it just took lots and lots of tries to get my blood to coagulate. 30 units of blood was given that I was able to receive and was able to then help me to sustain life. I think a lot of people think that blood is just needed in trauma situations, that they don't realize it can just happen in everyday childbirth.
There is always a need for blood for families like Lori's and maybe even families like yours. Find out where and how you can give at floridasbloodcenters.org and join a community of local heroes saving lives.
To think that what these 13 years would have been like for Amy without a mom obviously is very emotional to me. I would hate to think I had missed out.
What if you didn't care about being on the fast track? Instead of flying to the big interview, what if you flew somewhere else altogether? Like a village in Botswana or a tiny island in the Pacific where needs are easy to see. What if you decided to share your skills with others and help someone else get ahead? Peace Corps. Life is calling. How far will you go? To find out more, call 800-424-8580 or visit peacecorps.gov.
Getting it right. All day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right. All along.
Shots. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The Biden administration is reportedly planning to begin offering the vaccine to the illegally crossing migrants in CBP custody.
But migrants that have been released by Border Patrol are crowding streets in McAllen, Texas, where emergency shelters are being set up.
Fox News confirms, according to a report provided to the City Commission last week, about 13% of migrants released by the federal government are testing positive for COVID right now. The city says CBP has released over 7,000 COVID-positive migrants into their city since February, 1,500 new cases in just the last week.
That's Fox's Griff Jenkins. An overloaded van full of migrants crashed in Texas a few miles north of the border. 10 people were killed, 20 injured.
The Texas Department of Public Safety says the van hit a telephone pole when it crashed. The driver was among the dead. The department believes many of the passengers were migrants, and they're notifying the Mexican consulate and next of kin.
Fox's Rob Dawson. Tomorrow, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin expected to announce all active military service members will have to get a COVID vaccine.
Last week, Biden said he told the Defense Department to look into making the shot mandatory. The president also asked the Justice Department to check the legality of making it mandatory.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer. A California wildfire that's burned for weeks, charring 435 square miles, has roared into the small town of Greenville, burning much of the downtown and homes. Frustrating for the crews fighting the fire.
Because, as firefighters, we're used to making a difference, and when, we're unsuccessful, that's challenging.
Marin County Deputy Fire Chief Chris Martinelli. There's a manhunt in Corpus Christi, Texas, for the gunman who shot and seriously injured a police officer yesterday afternoon. An officer from Brooklyn, Illinois, was killed earlier in the day, hit by a car police were pursuing as he tried to lay down stop sticks on a road. America's listening to Fox News.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Another slick start to the morning commute across our northern area, especially in Charlotte County. North Ford heading up toward the Tampa area. Going to be very wet on 75, 41, and all of our side streets in between. So take it slow, take it easy. 776 out toward Rotunda and Englewood. Looking very wet as well this morning. If you're heading through 75 across Lee County, we're not seeing any major problems. Collier County looking good. No crashes to report right now in Collier County. And in Lee, the only one we're dealing with is on Pine Island out towards Stringfellow Road, right near Doug Taylor Lane. That's right near the Winn-Dixie, just south of Pine Island Center. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for additional rounds of scattered thunderstorms as we head through the remainder of this morning and into this afternoon. Not quite as wet as yesterday and a little bit more sunshine, allowing us for it to be a bit warmer today with highs topping off near 91 degrees. As we head into your Friday, we continue to return to a more typical summertime weather pattern with scattered thunderstorms still in the forecast, added sunshine leaving us even warmer for your Friday with highs pushing back to 93 degrees and additional chances for more scattered thunderstorms each day for the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, I strive to offer the highest level of care for those suffering with back and neck problems. With unparalleled service and our award-winning non-surgical spinal decompression approach, thousands of people have chosen us to treat their back or neck problems. If you are seeking lasting relief that is proven effective without needles or surgery, then call today to see if you may be a candidate. This completely safe treatment can be effective for many conditions, including sciatica, ruptured or herniated discs, facet syndrome, compressed nerves, arthritis, and spinal stenosis. Additionally, people who had failed back surgery in the past often find incredible relief from spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care, all our treatments are drug-free and non-surgical. We use new and comprehensive approaches that provide lasting relief. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
At Lamps Plus, we believe your home should be a celebration of you. As the nation's largest lighting retailer, Lamps Plus offers an incredible selection of lighting, furniture, and home decor that are sure to bring out your unique style. We help customers just like you every day beautify their indoor and outdoor spaces, and at the flip of a switch, see their home in a whole new light. Because if you can dream it, you should have it. There are infinite possibilities to bring your home to life at Lamps Plus, including custom order on-demand pieces that match your personal taste and color preference. Select from over 50,000 styles from top designer brands, including Uttermost, with a huge assortment of table lamps, floor lamps, chandeliers, and mirrors to add elegance and style to any room in your home. And now, Lamps Plus offers free shipping on all orders. Yep, free. For up to 50% off selected designs, go to lampsplus.com/Fox News now. That's lampsplus.com/Fox News for up to 50% off. Shop Lamps Plus and let yourself shine.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances and are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration at their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
Summertime is the perfect time to get outside and get your morning going. So grab a Nature Valley granola bar, get outdoors, and experience the energizing power of nature this morning.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Oh, hey, everybody. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you so much for watching the program when you go there for your smartphone, smart device. Also, YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, we're there at Drew Steele Radio. Go to either location for the time being. And Please subscribe to the podcast if you would like to listen at your convenience. It's all your favorite places where you listen. Just look for Drew Steele, type that in, and don't forget Steele with 3 E's. If you go to the website, there's a link there for the podcast so you can get right to it. Let's get right to it right here. A couple of things we're going to talk about this morning. First of all, Ron DeSantis in total beast mode. Beast mode is like what the kids talk about, right, Jake? Jake the millennial. Beast mode is when you are not afraid and you're not worried to get in somebody's face, so to speak, when it comes to telling everybody the truth. Like, boom, like that is what beast mode is. Isn't that what beast mode is? How would you describe beast mode? Because a lot of people who are from a different generation than Jake's generation, beast mode means when you were playing what's the martial arts? Mortal Kombat. Isn't Beast Mode from Mortal Kombat the video game? Do you know what I'm talking about? Mortal Kombat. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I do, but I don't think
that's not what Beast Mode's from. No,
more like mortality.
Okay, so what's Beast Mode then for you?
For me?
Well, not for you. I mean, when you don't you people, you millennials, you aliens, don't you millennial aliens people. Don't you use the term beast mode because when you say that, you mean it is like, man, that person just laid down the truth, just laid it down. Like that was beast mode. Like, no. Okay, good. All right. So you'll hear what I'm talking about from Ron DeSantis. You've probably heard it maybe yesterday, but I just wanted to break it down because what happened initially and where the left picked up on Ron DeSantis in beast mode was, oh, look at this. Ron DeSantis. If you went to Media Matters and all the left loons and you went onto social media, they were like, if you listen to this clip, it's 17 seconds. You're not going to believe this. This is DeSantis who's deflecting from all the problems that are happening in the state of Florida, and he's going after Biden. You see what happened? No. That's not actually what happened. And then when you hear what actually did take place yesterday in the 4 minutes that he was talking to a group of reporters and folks that were out yesterday, you'll come to find out that there's a little more to the story, and I wanted to break it down bit by bit so you can hear that. That's coming up. I just want to remind you that when we're talking about critical race theory, and sometimes people don't know exactly what that means, James Lindsay was at a forum yesterday. It was the Young Americas Forum, the 43rd National Conservative Student Conference, and he really did lay out a lot of what is happening with the concerns about social credit scores. You got to hear this. And also laying out some of the aspects of critical race theory because people are trying to be succinct about it. And then the left is trying to be slick by half and trying to fool you and trick you to believing that it doesn't exist and you can't even define it. So if you can't define it, then what are you talking about? He does a good job at giving you one sentence so that you can understand quickly and easily what it is. And it's something that I mentioned yesterday, which is pretty straightforward, that it's not curriculum. It's not critical race theory 101, and then there it is, and you can actually see it, and you can find the textbook and everything else. But it's a way of life. It's a living. It is something that is an ideology that is in someone's mind. It is their belief system. It's their religion. And what they do is they're preaching. And what they do is they're giving you their religion. What they're doing is they're giving you their ideology in their everyday conversations in schools. It's a great explanation, and I'll explain it to you coming up because it's important that you get this. And then some other things that are going on with regard to critical race theory and universities. Do you know a university? Hey, how many people like the University of Kentucky? Kentucky, I don't know what their mascot is, but University of Kentucky, don't they have a pretty good basketball team? I mean, that's one of the things that they're, sports-wise, what they're famous for. But they hired a social justice center to help top staff embrace, wait for it, love and tolerance. No, that's not it. It's actually a white inferiority. Hey, can I say that again? Their top staff is going to be taught at the university in the Social Justice Center to help them to understand white inferiority. Again, if you're worried about CRT and why we are doing these big rallies and you get it, you understand that next Tuesday, August 10th, 7:30 a.m., 5 locations across Southwest Florida, that we are going to get together to let people know we want our kids educated, not indoctrinated. Kids come first. We're doing these rallies. Please text the letters CRT to 239-479-5592 so you can see one of the 5 locations that's near you, the corner of US 41 and Daniels, Del Prado and Cape Coral Parkway and Cape Coral, US 41 and Corkscrew, also in Naples at Goodlet and Immokalee Road and Pine Ridge and Airport. There's a location near you. Please be at one of these 5 locations. CRT, text those letters to 239-479-5592 so you'll have them handy for next Tuesday. It's going to be big, big. I'm telling you, the emails and the people I'm talking to, there's going to be a lot of folks showing up. Solidarity, getting together to let teachers, administrators, school board members know that on the very first day of school next week, we are watching. We're paying attention, and we are not going away. This is part of the reason why we're doing this. It's recognizing all this is happening and then being able to put a stop to it when you see it. You can't stop something that you don't know exists. So what happened with the governor yesterday? So the governor, we are told by the left is, listen to how outrageous this is. Ron DeSantis is trying to deflect and trying to make it all about Joe Biden, trying to make it all about the Democrats. It's I know, yeah, okay, so you're right. Oh, here we got it. Yeah, it's, just listen to this 17-second clip and you'll see for yourself. I mean, of course, he got a lot of applause for this line, but the reason why he was doing it is clear.
Why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
Oh my. Did you hear that? You don't want to hear a blip out of Joe Biden. Really? You see what's going on? He's deflecting. What did he say before that? Putting everything in context. Look, there are a lot of people, even a lot of conservative talk show hosts who just played that clip and thought that that was enough. Woo! Beast mode. Look at DeSantis. We're talking presidential material here. This is the person that we want. He's not taking any from anybody. That is some tough talk. I'm telling you right now. Well, the left is using that in a completely different way. And it's not fair to take the whole thing out of context. You've got to put it in context to hear exactly what was said, because it's important. So we're going to do that right now. At the beginning of this, I want you to hear what he was talking about, and just start from the minute he steps up to the podium. Go ahead.
Joe Biden has taken to himself to try to single out Florida over COVID. This is a guy who ran for president saying he was going to, quote, shut down the virus. And what has he done? He's imported more virus from around the world by having a wide open southern border. You have hundreds of thousands of people pouring across every month. And it's not just from Mexico. In fact, it's rarely from Mexico. You have over 100 different countries where people are pouring through. Not only are they letting them through, they're then farming them out all across our communities across this country, putting them on planes, putting them on buses. Do you think they're being worried about COVID for that? Of course not. So he's facilitating. Who knows what new variants are out there? But I can tell you, whatever variants are around the world, they're coming across that southern border. And so he's not shutting down the virus. He's helping to facilitate it in our country. And what is his big solution? What is he so upset about Florida? His solution is he wants to have the government force kindergartners to wear masks in school. He doesn't believe the parents should have a say in that. He thinks that should be a decision for the government. Well, I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision.
Yep. And that's one of the things that he said yesterday there in Panama City, going after Joe Biden, is, listen, everybody sees what's happening along the border. We're hearing lots and lots of news now about how they're trying to mold and shape what's going on along the border. Oh, yeah, we're going to start vaccinating along the border. Maybe we'll start testing some along. You've already done the damage. Millions have been coming across the border. Everybody knows it. Now, all of a sudden, because a potential GOP presidential candidate and somebody who has a lot of respect from states all across the country and people across the country is mentioning again the fact that there's an issue along the border. And if you're going to tell us we have to mask up and don't mask up and we got to vax up, but we don't have to vax up, but we have to vax up because we have to double and we got to get a booster and a double, triple mask when you don't even know the science and what's going on and you're not fixing what's happening at the border, then again, like he said before, I don't want to hear a blip. What's the second part of what he said?
One of the major medical people in his administration just recently told parents that they should be wearing masks at home when they're around their own children. This is insane. Joe Biden also believes that vaccination should be mandated by force of government and that you should have to show vaccination status to be able to participate in society. Now, Florida, we're very proud of our Seniors First strategy. You look at the mortality in nursing homes among seniors, it's declined dramatically. But we said from the beginning, we're going to make it available for all, but we're not going to mandate it on anybody. That's ultimately an individual's choice to be able to do it. Biden, he rejects science because he denies the fact that people that recover from COVID have long-lasting immunity. And that's been proven time and time again, and the data is very clear.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Because I could go to every left-leaning media outlet. I can go to floridapolitics.com right now, a left-leaning website, and I can tell you that they are insulted. How dare you say the president rejects science and pushing masks and proof of vaccination? This is an outrage. You know, the whole article and everything about it at Florida Politics is all about left-leaning. It's Ron DeSantis. You know, Joe Biden understands the science. You don't. Really? Is he wrong? Where's the mask mandate science? There is no science on masks. You don't see it because it doesn't exist. But the left, they do what they do, which is, listen, we're going to gaslight this and tell you that it's true. Mask mandates work. They absolutely work. We know that they work. They know it works. Hey, there's a guy in the corner over there who says it works, and I don't even know, but he probably represents a whole lot of people, and I think that it works. Really, where's your science and the data? Can you give me the spreadsheet that shows how the mask mandates works? Oh, Ron DeSantis, he is an evil. Do you see what's happening in Florida? That's how it works. Okay, the third part of what he said, this is even before, this is the governor in Panama City. This is even before he gets to the Biden, I don't want to hear a blip part. He's laying out the case.
So his vision is, just like in New York City, restaurants should ban young kids from being able to go in because they're not eligible for vaccination, and law-abiding citizens have to produce proof of their medical records just to go to the gym or attend an event or just to participate in everyday society. He wants that, but yet if you want to vote, he thinks it's too much of a burden to show a picture ID when you're voting. So no voter ID, but have to show your medical papers just to be able to live an everyday life?
Whoa.
Give me a break.
Where is he wrong? Where is he wrong? Oh, that's an outrage. Really? Why is it an outrage? Please explain why it's an outrage.
And so I think the question is we can either have a free society or we can have a biomedical security state. And I can tell you, Florida, we're a free state. People are going to be free to choose to make their own decisions about themselves, about their families, about their kids' education, and about putting food on the table.
You better believe it. We can either have a free society or we can have a biomedical security state. Florida, we're a free state. You like your free state? I'm just telling you right now. And you're thinking about the midterms. You're thinking about the 24 election. You're thinking about the local election. Local. You're thinking about the people here in Southwest Florida. How many people have a position of power right now in places like school boards and other places that want you to believe that they're Republican or even are open to tell you that they're not? And really agree with anything that the GOP does, anything at all. I'm going to tell you right now that we are so polarized that if you hate the governor and you hate the former president and you do not like the GOP, you are willing to do anything and everything to stand in their way, even if it's to the detriment of your freedoms and your liberty and your family. Period, full stop. Tell me where I'm wrong. No. That's an outrageous statement because I don't want to do anything against families. How dare you say that? I love kids. And really? Pushing critical race theory on our kids in schools? You think that pushing racism in our school, you think that is? No. It's about being anti-racist. By being racist, are you listening to yourself? I'm going to play a clip coming up in just a little bit that Joy Reid said on Stephen Colbert's show last night. They got some applause. That is about as appalling as I've ever heard. And it has to do with you. Me and you and Jake. All of you. And then yesterday, the payoff, the beast mode, Panama City, and the governor.
Joe Biden suggests that if you don't do lockdown policies, then you should, quote, get out of the way. But let me tell you this. If you're coming after the rights of parents in Florida, I'm standing in your way. I'm not going to let you get away with it. If you're trying to deny kids a proper in-person education, I'm going to stand in your way, and I'm going to stand up for the kids in Florida. If you're trying to restrict people, impose mandates, if you're trying to ruin their jobs and their livelihoods and their small business, if you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida. So why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
Now do you see how everything in context gives a much broader, bigger picture than just taking the 17 seconds at the end? I don't want to hear a blip because believe me, you can believe me, right? The left used that all day yesterday on social media to make it seem as if that's all he said. And the reason why he did it was to deflect from all the problems that are happening here in the state. How awful it is. I mean, it is like nobody's going outside. Everybody's locked down. There are people just laying in the streets that are bleeding and dying. It's a horrible place to be. It is the most horrible place to be on the face of the planet is the state of Florida. And it's all DeSantis' fault. No, I'm not kidding. That's the way they've displayed it on social media. Look, we're a free society. We're not a biomedical security state. We're not dealing with social credits yet. There's a story on that. Listen, vaccination passports equal social credit scores. How is that the case? Something to be concerned about, but we're watching, and I will give you some details coming up on that this morning. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. DrewSteele.com. Go to the website. You can watch right there. You can also subscribe to the podcast and YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. We're still there as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The nation's largest nursing home operator, Genesis Healthcare, tells workers they must get vaccinated or lose their jobs. Meantime, index fund giant Vanguard is paying top dollar to employees who get the shot. The payout per employee, $1,000. Dozens of workers reportedly walked off the job at a famous butcher based in Brooklyn, New York, forcing Fleischers to temporarily close its stores. Employees are said to be upset that the CEO removed Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ pride signs from store windows after an investor complained. And the S&P 500 and Dow pull back over concerns the Delta variant may disrupt the economic recovery. The Dow dropped 323 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air with some great news for all of Southwest Florida. When the time comes to replace your old, outdated air conditioning system, You don't have to pull from any of your fund money to do so.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations.
Now, for a limited time, we are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system. Redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world.
It's your choice with a qualified purchase of a cruise or condo resort voucher. You can choose 4,500 different resort options, 106 countries around the world.
Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
A vacation can be yours with the purchase of a new air conditioning system. Call us today to find out more details on how to claim your voucher. Just give us a call, 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. And Fox confirms that coronavirus vaccines are going to be made mandatory for every member of the United States military. The announcement's expected tomorrow from Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
64% of active duty service members are already vaccinated. The news comes days after President Biden urged all federal employees to get the jab. In a speech last week, Biden said he was directing the Defense Department to examine how to make the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the Pentagon. A van carrying 29 migrants crashes just north of the border in Texas, killing at least 10 people, including the driver.
Brooks County Sheriff Urbino Martinez says the van involved was only designed to hold up to 15 passengers, but he says it was overloaded with 25 people aboard when it crashed on a remote stretch of U.S. Route 281 in Encino, Texas, about 50 miles north of McAllen.
Fox's Rob Dawson. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a new crash popping up in Bonita Springs along Bonita Beach Road and Old 41 Road with eastbound roadblock on Bonita Beach Road. So watch out for some slowdowns in that area, especially if you're heading from Old 41 toward I-75 or even toward Imperial Parkway. Looking clear along the interstate itself. We do have some wet conditions building up, especially across Charlotte County and into Northport this morning. So take it slow, even if you're heading as far to the west as Rotunda and Englewood along 776 and 41. Going to be slick commute out there this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for additional rounds of scattered thunderstorms as we head through the remainder of this morning and into this afternoon. Not quite as wet as yesterday and a little bit more sunshine, allowing us to be a bit warmer today with highs topping off near 91 degrees. As we head into your Friday, we continue to return to a more typical summertime weather pattern with scattered thunderstorms still in the forecast, added sunshine leaving us even warmer for your Friday with highs pushing back to 93 degrees and additional chances for more scattered thunderstorms each day for the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been telling you how to pick the best air conditioning company for years now, but here's a little reminder. At Kobe Cooling, we have a 100% NATE certified mechanic team. There are no other companies in Southwest Florida that even come close. We give you a better trained and certified mechanic, like my dad or my Uncle Mike. So, when you need service, there's only one real choice. Kobe Cooling at 239-482-1542. Again, at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here from Duncan's Diamonds. Now through the end of August, we're offering 60-month financing, so you can pick out any item, get the guaranteed best value and the best price, and spread your payments over 60 months.
Yes, it's a great month to come to Duncan's Diamonds. You will find the largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to thousands of jewelry styles. You will find 5 times the selection you would find in an ordinary jewelry store. Maybe you need a shop for Christmas early gift. Do not wait until the last minute. Or maybe you're getting engaged in the fall or upgrading her diamond.
Whatever the reason, we got you covered with the best selection and best prices. Take advantage of our incredible summer finance offer, 60-month payments. Indulge without breaking the bank. Come, celebrate your love with us and have a little more sparkle in your life.
Best price guarantee, low monthly payment, and a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. It is worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
At Lamps Plus, we believe your home should be a celebration of you. As the nation's largest lighting retailer, Lamps Plus offers an incredible selection of lighting, furniture, and home decor that are sure to bring out your unique style. We help customers just like you every day beautify their indoor and outdoor spaces, and at the flip of a switch, see their home in a whole new light. Because if you can dream it, you should have it. There are infinite possibilities to bring your home to life at Lamps Plus, including custom order on-demand pieces that match your personal taste and color preference. Select from over 50,000 styles from top designer brands, including Uttermost, with a huge assortment of table lamps, floor lamps, chandeliers, and mirrors to add elegance and style to any room in your home. And now, Lamps Plus offers free shipping on all orders. Yep, free. For up to 50% off selected designs, go to lampsplus.com/Fox News now. That's lampsplus.com/Fox News for up to 50% off. Shop Lamps Plus and let yourself shine.
Hey, this is Papa with a story from a lady that had a roof inspection from another company. This other company sent a so-called adjuster, and as he walked around her home, he had a big wad of chewing tobacco stuck in his jaw. This lady said the guy made her a little nervous, and when he finished in less than 2 minutes, he said, "Lady, you need a new roof." Spatooey. And he unloaded a big wad of chewing tobacco on her front lawn. Spatooey. Oh, well, we don't chew, and it takes us a lot longer than 2 minutes to give you a proper roof inspection. If we do find needed repairs, we promise not to unload on your front lawn. Let me show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, your pavers, and your pool deck. If you have needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we make a solemn pledge to never unload on your front lawn. Remember, we clean it, seal it, and make your tile roof, pavers, and pool deck look new and beautiful. Call me, Papa, at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1326213.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new, custom-made cabinet doors.
Good morning, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. How you doing this morning?
No audio. Installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish.
Just wanted to say hello.
It's Glenn Beck, 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
I'm going to make my witness, as you say, and you
Make
know
your
what?
witness.
I love you, brother.
I love you, D. Lemon.
All right. This is Don Lemon tonight. The calls are getting louder and louder. Top Democrats from New York to the White House calling on Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign.
So, just to give you... I almost have to play that again. Did you hear that? So, Chris Cuomo goes on to CNN yesterday. Oh, he's bashing DeSantis and everybody else and Republicans and talking about what's going on with the vid and the uptick in cases. And, you know, DeSantis is bad and Texas is bad and the governor Abbott there is bad and everybody is bad. We're not going to mention, of course, the issues with the southern border and how many people are coming across that have the vid, that the president doesn't want to shut down the border for that. Isn't that health reasons? Aren't we concerned about the vid coming across the southern? But no. Bring them into Texas. See what I did there? Hey, maybe some of them will end up in Florida. See what I did there? And, that's the problem. And trying to avoid his brother's sexual harassment charges and how, listen, this is not a good time to be a Cuomo in New York. Doesn't talk about it on the show yesterday. And then this kind of awkward moment where Don Lemon comes on, tells him that he loves him, and then is like, hey, I love you. I love you too, D. Lemon. Okay, great. The Cuomos are in trouble. Can I play that again? All right, so now you know the context. Chris Cuomo is on CNN. He's bashing Republicans. He's going after DeSantis. He's doing all this kind of stuff, avoiding, his brother and what's going on with the scandals and whether or not Cuomo's already said, Governor Cuomo says he said he's not going to resign. He's not going to do this. He's going to play this thing out. He's going to play the long game, and he's going to let everybody else do the heavy lifting and to see if they actually do it. Because who knows, there may be a headline or two that pops up that takes it off the headlines. And then maybe there's too many other things to do that they won't have a whole lot of time. Unless, of course, it's Andrew Cuomo getting removed from office, only to be replaced by somebody that could be a little more, let's just say, radical. Hey, could that happen? Is that possible in a one-party state? You never know. So in context, there it is. And now listen to it.
I'm going to make my witness, as you say, and you know what? Make your witness. I love you, brother.
I love you, D. Lemon.
All right. This is Don Lemon tonight. The calls are getting louder and louder. Top Democrats from New York to the White House calling on Governor Andrew Cuomo to resign.
That's really awkward. And I love you, but I'm getting ready to bash your family. Just so you know. Oh, by the way, nothing to see here. Chris Cuomo, who helped to sort of write, not sort of, but helped to write the announcement made and the mea culpa, or lack of which, that Andrew Cuomo did the other day after the New York Attorney General said that there's some compelling charges here, and that, yes, it did happen, these sexual harassment charges against the governor. And that's kind of a conflict of interest. But nope, not for CNN, not for the left. This is how insidious the left is in this country, and the fact that they have and pretty much own the media in this country. I mean, it's not all of it, certainly. But when you have the media doing what they do to help people like Andrew Cuomo, Joe Biden, and others. And
I'm really offended personally.
I didn't even say anything about you. But maybe Hillary and, 3.5 years of Trump-Russia collusion hoax and helping to keep that going. And then you come to find out that even NPR is talking about and others are talking about, hey, listen, if you're a reporter, you want to show up at some of these left-leaning rallies and you want to let people know about your political affiliation, go right ahead. I mean, at this point, that's what's happening right now. At this point, nothing to worry about, nothing to see here. I mean, if you want to let people know as a reporter that, hey, you're a big lefty, you're a big Marxist, and you might show up at some functions and events, and you might not even vote for a Republican ever in your life and pretty much bash them and then go to your reporting and try to be unbiased. But forget about the unbiased reporting. Just do you, because now it doesn't exist, and we all know it, that there is talk that that's going to happen. And on the flip side of that, people are saying, well, hold on. What about the idea that maybe some reporters are Republicans, conservatives? What if they show up at like a rally for life in Washington, D.C.? What if they are concerned about the killing of babies, the abortion, the killing of babies? That's what ends up happening when they do that. No, it's a woman's choice. I heard, by the way, I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but I just have to say this. I heard the other day somebody smugly decided to go to one of these groups. I forget where it was. I want to say it was Tampa or Orlando, and smugly show up at one of these events of people who are concerned about vaccine mandates, mandating you to get a vaccine. It starts with the government. The government starts doing this. You just heard the Fox News top of the hour or the bottom of the hour where they're talking about the military. Everybody's got to get the jab. You got to do it. You have no choice. You want to be in the military, you have to do it. Places like I think NCH and other places that are saying, hey, listen, you want to work here? You want to be part of the medical staff and the medical team? Everybody's got to get the jab. You don't have a choice. Mandating that this happen. Otherwise, hey, listen, you don't have a job. There's plenty of other places to go, right? No worries. That this smug person on Facebook that I saw, that I happen to know, decided to go up to one of these groups that was on the street corner who was arguing about mandating vaccines, not voluntarily getting a vaccine like the governor has talked about. Listen, you want to get a vaccine? Absolutely. You go ahead and do it. We've made sure that our most vulnerable were getting vaccines early on in the process. We understand about vaccines. We're not saying you shouldn't get it, but mandating something is quite a different story. And smugly walked up to this group and said, so you believe in your right to choose, right? It's your right to choose whether you get the mandate to get the vaccine. And like, yeah. Well, what about a woman's right to choose an abortion? Isn't that the same thing? Woman's right to choose? It's like, are you a moron? Like, you don't see the difference between a woman's right to choose getting a vaccine, a woman's right to choose to kill a child. You don't see the difference between killing babies and mandating vaccines. You don't see the difference between taking another's life that is not your life. It is another human being. It's another life. Taking that life and getting a vaccine by choice. Like, I don't want to say, are you that dumb? But, I guess that. And then, righteously walking away like, look at what I did. Look at what you did. You sound dumb. Sorry. Anyway, I digress. The point is that through all of this and all of these things that are going on, ultimately we're being told that if you don't get the jab, if you are talking about mandates, we have to do it because there are certain people that won't do it. If you don't do it, then you're the problem with society. And I'm just suggesting to you that there are some that are out there right now that are more than happy to look at you as a Trump supporter, as a member of the Republican Party, GOP, as a conservative, and say that you're part of a death cult. Like Jim Jones' death cult. And I'm not exaggerating. Listen, this is Joy Reid yesterday on Stephen Colbert's show. I don't know how many people watch Colbert. Doesn't matter, because whoever's watching is applauding what is about to be said as if this is gospel truth. And what do you do about people who are following a death cult? Vaccines, not wanting to get vaccinated. It's my body. How dare you do this? Of course, it's about the liberty and freedom of mandates and being able to make that choice. Listen, you want to wear a mask? Wear a mask. You want to get vaccinated? Get vaccinated. It's about the mandates, and here you go. And listen to this, because this is disturbing, everybody.
I don't understand. I mean, the Trump following is in many ways fundamentally a cult. It's a cult in every sense, and now it appears to be a sort of Jim Jones era cult.
A death cult.
A death cult. And
that's ultimately where it ends.
That's ultimately where it ends. A death cult. So what Joy Reid is saying is because there are people who do not want to be mandated a vaccine for a virus that has a 99.347, depends on who you ask, survival rate, that they don't want to get a vaccine, that they have made the conscious decision to live their life. They feel like they're healthy. They feel like their kids are healthy. They feel like this is something that they're okay with, that they've done everything right, and they have made this conscious decision for themselves and their families that ultimately, if they do get the vid, the chances of dying from the vid are very, very small, and they're making that calculated decision, just like driving in traffic today is they're going to make that decision, just like getting on an airplane, they're going to make that decision. And because you have chosen to have that option of liberty and freedom, because you're doing that, that somehow you're part of a death cult, and it's Trump supporters, that's you, and that you're part of a death cult. What do you do with people that are part of a death cult?
If the leader doesn't care whether you live or die, that's a death.
I mean, the reality is, I don't know if I've said this to you before, but I've said it before, a religion is when your savior dies for you. A cult is when you're being asked to die for your savior. And unfortunately, that is where we are with the Republican Party. It's bizarre. My father leaned Republican. This isn't because I dislike Republicans, I'm saying it. There's something wrong and there's something broken in the party.
That is Joy Reid giving a platform on Stephen Colbert's entertainment program. Hey, everybody, look at me. No, it's more like, hey, everybody. Yeah, all right. So on Stephen Colbert's entertainment program, it gets down to the facts and the truth. There's Joy Reid telling you that you're part of a death cult because Trump, because that's what it is, and you'll do anything. You'll even die for Trump. And it's sad, and we got to do something. Do you understand that at the end of that, the answer is something has to be done with you. It's not you get the opportunity to have freedom and liberty. It's not the opportunity to have a choice. It's not the opportunity to seek out and search out maybe alternatives to taking the vaccine. I don't know. Are there any alternatives to taking the vaccine? Is there something that's out there that we can talk about and maybe mention when it comes to, I don't know, therapeutics? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Yeah, there is for $1 a day. A double-blind ivermectin study, you darn right I said ivermectin, reveals COVID patients recover more quickly and are less infectious. Really? There's been a study on this? A pretty big study, everybody. A big, big study that talks about the success of ivermectin. I mean, I can go through the details, and maybe coming up I will, but by day 6 of taking ivermectin, 72% of those treated with ivermectin tested negative for the virus, 50% of those who received a placebo. Meanwhile, 13% of ivermectin patients were able to infect others after 6 days compared to 50% of the placebo group. There is almost 100% chance that a person will be non-infectious in 4 to 6 days. I'm talking about huge success using ivermectin. Therapeutics, pills, inexpensive. Expensive. Are we not allowed to talk about that? I mean, if we had these therapeutics as choices, am I allowed to say that? Or is that not an option? It's a vaccine or nothing. I mean, that is the only road to go down, everybody. There is no talk of anything else. Except when you come to find out that you can save, what's that thing that you can save, possibly with ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, that you can't do with abortion? Lives. Is that possible? Or am I just being outrageous? Again, you're part of a death cult because you voted for Trump and you support Trump. And if you're part of a death cult and you're harming society, man, something's got to happen to you. We got to keep an eye on you. I don't know, social credit scores, tracking your every move, vaccine passports. You can't be accepted into society. We can't trust you. I know that. Does that sound so outrageous now? You got to watch out for these individuals who are saying these things. Keep an eye on what they're saying. And I tell you all this because you need to know what they're saying behind your back and late night talk shows that you don't watch because you know where they're going. 239-479-5592. All right, let's take a break. If you want to watch, drewsteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go to Facebook and YouTube at Drew Steele Radio as well. Please subscribe to the podcast at drewsteele.com. There you can get the link. And text the letters CRT. Please be part of our Kids First Education, Not Indoctrination rallies taking place across Southwest Florida next week. More details coming up on that in just a minute. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Back or neck pain is not just unpleasant, it can be debilitating, preventing you from performing your daily routine and even confining you to bed. In decades past, patients suffering from spinal issues were often just given pain medication, spinal injections, and when they did not heal, often underwent spinal surgery. Luckily, there is now another option, non-surgical spinal decompression. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we use an advanced technology to apply a completely safe unloading force to relieve nerve compression associated with bulging herniated discs, sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, neuropathy. This award-winning approach, safe for any age, has gained international praise from physicians for its success. Complete pain relief is achievable. Johnson Spinal Care is here to serve you. Call our Medicare-friendly office today for an immediate, no-charge telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, so Amco of Bonita Springs is now hiring. That's right. If you're an experienced automotive technician interested in working at a great repair shop who is also an amazing local conservative business, and Kevin and Todd want to talk to you. So one of their techs is moving away in a couple of weeks, so they have a full-time position to fill. And you've heard me talk about Amco Bonita Springs for many years now. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. That's 239-992-2626. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. And they'll be sure to have you work on Jake's car the next time he breaks something. Amco of Bonita Springs is the best. So why not give them a call? 992-2626. That's 239-992-2626. They are the best. Amco of Bonita Springs.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at NaplesNissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Giving troops a shot in the arm. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A new order for the military expected tomorrow.
From the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, that all 1.3 million active duty forces will need to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Right now, about 64% of active duty military members are fully vaccinated.
Fox's Lauren Blanchard. The U.S. is nearly done pulling troops out of Afghanistan, where the fighting is intensifying. Fox's Simon Owen has a live update.
Dave, Afghanistan's Air Force says it's carried out airstrikes across the country, including in the southern province of Helmand, where Taliban militants are trying to capture the provincial capital of Lashkargah. It would be the first major city to fall as the Taliban steps up attacks amid the withdrawal of US and NATO forces. The United Nations says it's deeply concerned about the safety and protection of tens of thousands of civilians. Dave?
Simon, more Americans will soon be driving electric cars. At least that's what President Biden's planning. He signed an executive order today, setting a goal for the auto industry, 40 to 50% of all vehicle sales be electric by 2030. He's also raising gas mileage standards. Fox News has learned thousands of migrants released from Border Patrol custody this year tested positive for COVID. 1,500 just last week in McAllen, Texas.
The city now issuing a local disaster declaration in setting up emergency shelters because the streets are overwhelmed with migrants left stranded after being released by Border Patrol to a Catholic charity that no longer has capacity to house them.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. The Biden administration reportedly planning to give migrants in custody COVID vaccine shots. A van overcrowded with migrants crashed in Texas, killing 10 people, injuring 20 others. A California wildfire has torched a small mountain town, burning downtown Greenville, businesses and homes destroyed. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. A really wet commute heading out through Charlotte County and up towards Sarasota County this morning, especially in Northport. Seeing wet roadways out there along 75, 41, 776, and of course all those side streets out there where you may notice some ponding from the rainfall that's been coming down the past couple of hours. So take it slow and be extra cautious on your morning commute if you're heading out in Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda and Northport this morning, even toward Rotunda and Englewood. We have eastbound roadblock on Bonita Beach Road because of a crash at Old 41 Road in Bonita Springs, and a crash with westbound slowdowns on Immokalee Road at Everglades Boulevard North. That's closer to the center of Immokalee, seeing delays where Immokalee Road curves toward the south, heading into North Naples. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for additional rounds of scattered thunderstorms as we head through the remainder of this morning and into this afternoon. Not quite as wet as yesterday and a little bit more sunshine, allowing us for it to be a bit warmer today, with highs topping off near 91 degrees. As we head into your Friday, we continue to return to a more typical summertime weather pattern with scattered thunderstorms still in the forecast, added sunshine, leaving us even warmer for your Friday, with highs pushing back to 93 degrees and additional chances for more scattered thunderstorms each day for the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We want your car, truck, van, or SUV today. We are paying top dollar for clean vehicles. Before you sell or trade, call Lee Auto Group to get the most money for your car. Lee Auto Group, lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and get ready because it's time once again. This Friday, Oaks Farm Seed to Table. We do our first Friday live broadcast, and we love being out there and love seeing you there for the show, 6 to 9 a.m. They open up an hour earlier so that you can come in and enjoy some great breakfast and so much more. Maybe do some shopping while you're there as well. And you know how awesome Seed to Table is and what a great place it is to shop. We hope to see you there. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, our first Friday broadcast, 6 to 9 a.m. at the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in Naples. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida. Clearly the right choice.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. It's mobile-friendly, simple website so that you can watch at your convenience on your smartphone or smart device. Also, you can go there to subscribe to the podcast, and we thank everybody for doing that. at Drew Steele Radio on YouTube and Facebook as well if you want to watch. All right. In just a second, Zach Smith's going to join us, legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. We're going to talk about this eviction moratorium. You know, the Supreme Court says, hey, you really can't, you don't have the authority to do all this. Then why are you doing this? I'm just asking. It might be a little, I'll be kinder about the attitude coming up. But this is something that is very important, and I have to emphasize this again. Please, we have shown that we will show up at school board meetings. We have shown that parents are concerned across the country about critical race theory being taught to our kids, about the idea of diversity, equity, inclusion, social justice, all the key phrases and words, and understanding that that's not a 101 curriculum, but it is a foundational lifestyle of people that are teaching your kids, and they will infiltrate that into their curriculum and their teaching of everything from math to science to whatever. And when you understand that, it's important that you push back against this. You know this already, and so please, it is important that next Tuesday, August 10th, 7:30 a.m., we show solidarity across Southwest Florida. 5 different locations that we would like for you to be at. One of the 5, there's an area of street corners around Southwest Florida. Just text the letters CRT to 239-479-5592. Find one of the 5 locations here in Southwest Florida that's near you, and please be there. You've been to school board meetings. You've got to be out there with us on the streets to show, again, first day of school, August 10th. We're watching you, school board districts. We're watching you, those teachers that have decided to pretty much go rogue against the beliefs and the foundations of the parents of these kids in schools. And we're watching you, all the administrators, everybody. We have our eye on you. And the more people we get out, the more we can show Southwest Florida that we mean business. I know you do, but please make it a point to be there. 7:30 a.m. next Tuesday, August 10th. Find a location near you of one of the 5 Kids First education, not indoctrination rallies by texting the letters CRT to 239-479-5592. All right, let's get Zach Smith on here, legal fellow with the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. It's always great to have him sit down or stand up. I don't really know what he's doing. I can't see him, so he may be standing for all I know. He may be sitting for all I know, but we've got a lot to talk about. Good morning, Zach.
Morning, Drew. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you getting up early with us. Listen, this eviction moratorium, let's be honest. What, are we playing out the clock here? Is that what this administration's doing, feeling that they can pretty much get some things done now with regards to this political wins, especially when you know that the Supreme Court has already said that they lack authority to impose this? What are your thoughts? What's going on here?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. You know, it's a pretty shocking statement when the president of the United States essentially admits that what he's doing is legally, dubious, whether he doesn't actually know whether he has the authority to do it, but he's going to do it anyway and see how it plays out in the courts. And essentially, admit that because the legal process is going to take, some time to play out, it's going to essentially buy more time for renters to stay in their homes before they can be evicted. And so that's a really troubling statement. It's kind of shocking when the president admits that he's essentially using the courts to try to run out the clock and do an in-run around what the courts have already said is an unconstitutional action by the CDC, and what Congress has said they will not do. They have declined to extend the eviction moratorium through legislation. And so, the CDC's eviction moratorium, when it first came out, it was unlawful. It was unconstitutional. It exceeded their authority. And unfortunately, this latest eviction moratorium does as well. And the fact that the president is using the courts to just, try to buy himself more time for political purposes, it really is an abuse of our judicial system.
I've looked at some of what's in this and how this moratorium, this 60-day CDC eviction moratorium, has pretty steep penalties, criminal penalties. I mean, we're talking about $100,000 fine and a year in jail if eviction doesn't result in death, up to $250,000 fine and a year in jail if a evicted person dies. And I mean, it goes on and on. So how does that even stand up in court? Why? What's the motivation for a landlord to to say, well, I'm going to do what the CDC eviction moratorium tells us, when they know that these penalties will never stand up in court. They just can't. You would imagine. So what's the incentive to keep hanging on here?
Well, look, it places the landlords in a very difficult position.
Sure.
Because even if the penalties won't hold up in court, they're very steep penalties. No one wants to have the threat of prosecution hanging over them. And even if someone is prosecuted under this, and even if, the penalties won't stand up, the very fact that they're prosecuted, it's very time consuming. It's very expensive for the landlords. They have to hire lawyers. And it's very, stressful, a very stressful situation for someone to be faced with those types of punitive measures.
Yeah.
But look, here's what's really troubling about this. The courts, and particularly the Supreme Court, has already said that this action exceeds the CDC's authority. But part of the reason we're in the position we are today, where the Biden administration has extended or reissued the CDC's moratorium, is that when the Supreme Court considered the issue, 5 of the justices said they thought it was unlawful. It exceeded their authority. But 5 of the justices also voted to leave the previous iteration of this order in place. And Justice Brett Kavanaugh in particular wrote a separate short opinion saying that he thought it would that this action was unconstitutional, that exceeded the CDC's authority, but that he was inclined to leave it in place and let it, what's done is done, essentially, and let it wind down naturally. Well, because the court refused to do its job to lift the previous iteration of the eviction moratorium, I think in part that encouraged the administration to take this current action with the hopes that, once again, the court will be gun shy to do what it should have done before and, lift the eviction ban.
Brett Kavanaugh saying, I know it's not constitutional, but we're going to let it stand, in his reasoning behind it. Boy, that sounds, I hate to say this and use the phrase, but it sounds very George Bush-esque, knowing that you're going to push something that's unconstitutional and ultimately say, but, it's I know it's not constitutional, but I'm going to sign off on it anyway. And I think, and Zach, here's the thing. Zach Smith joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, our friend from the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org, a legal fellow there. You can follow him at TZ Smith there on Twitter. He's a great follow. By the way, because this is the point, Zach, and I think this is the bottom line in this issue, which is it almost feels as if there are politicians who are willing to thumb their nose at the Constitution, knowing that there's probably somebody that will back them on their side, or maybe if you're talking about someone on the Supreme Court who doesn't, who likes to legislate from the bench, and if you will, that why not go for it? Because you may have people to side with you, and then ultimately, hey, come and get me. It's their fault. They're doing this knowing full well it's not constitutional, but they thumb their nose at it.
Well, I think there are really 2 lessons to draw from this, Drew. The first is, unfortunately, we've seen the Biden administration, and we saw it a lot in the Obama administration as well, this idea that if Congress won't act, well, the executive branch of government, the president, is just going to take action. We saw it under the Obama administration with the DACA and DAPA programs, which dealt with the Dreamers, allowing essentially, certain undocumented immigrants to stay in the United States.
Yeah.
That was challenged in court, but it's taken many, many years. There's been a lot of back and forth about the legality of President Obama's actions. And so there's this idea that the executive branch, can and should act, even where Congress has explicitly declined to do so. So I think that's a bad idea. It's a dangerous idea that really gives the president a lot of authority that he or she does not necessarily have. And then the second lesson we can draw from this is, look, when the court is confronted with these difficult cases, where there may be sympathetic parties, where they're getting a lot of pressure from either, the Congress or the president, it's important for the justices not to try to play politics, not to worry about the institutional integrity of the court, because the best way they can protect the court's integrity and let all of us have confidence in it.
It's to have
do
it.
Their duty, follow the law.
Right. It's to do it. And
well, they need to follow the law.
Right.
Yeah.
And the media pressure, too, on them. Who knows what kind of media pressure they get and how they succumb to a lot of that pressure behind the scenes all the time as well. Listen, I bring up, and again, look, I brought up the George Bush comparison, and a lot of politicians and presidents have done things like this. And I care about the Constitution. I don't care about much more when it comes to people, individuals, and their choices and what they do as a party. I care about the Constitution and the rule of law. And if we can't all be on the same page with that, then all is lost, quite frankly, when it comes to our constitutional republic. We've got to be on the same page with this. And, even, and just kind of before we get to one other thing that I wanted to mention, because I've talked about this before, there's $50 billion to state and local governments out there provided through with the CARES Act, right, for delinquent tenants and landlords. And like 7% or something like that has been used. They're not even using the money that supposedly was there to help them. And I might say, and before you comment on this, Zach, I might say this. It seems very suspicious that money never was discussed. It's there for them to use. Nobody knows how to use it. Nobody knows how to access it. Oh, but here's a great accounting trick that we can do for an infrastructure/human infrastructure package where there's money that hasn't been used. So we can grab that money to help to supplement and pay for all of these big government ideas that we want to do so you'll never feel it because the money's out there. Talk about shady. That's shady.
Yeah, look, so I think, we've seen a lot of, I know this is shocking. There's been a lot of bureaucratic delays, inaccuracies in reporting with a lot of this CARES Act money that's out there.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. There's some $50 billion allocated to help renters stay in their homes. But today, only about $3 billion of that money has been distributed. And so I think what Joe Biden is trying to do is, basically, again, buy himself time, overcome the bureaucratic delays and missteps that his administration has made, that local and state governments have made in distributing this money. And again, essentially perverting our justice system to accomplish that is something he shouldn't be doing. And, we all need to take a stand and say, no, this is inappropriate, and we're not going to stand for it.
Yeah. Zach Smith joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. Great information here talking about eviction moratoriums. But one other thing that I wanted to talk to with regard to the Constitution, Zach, and it gets right down to some of what the powers of the states are and are not. I'm concerned when we see all the crossing along the southern border and the millions that have been coming over in these outrageous numbers. And, of course, the safety and security, not only the security of who is and is not being vetted as far as coming across the border and what their intentions are. And then, of course, the health and safety, meaning those that are coming across that have the vid, that we don't even know whether or not they are contagious, whether or not they have it. And obviously the stories about how we have seen people that are. Constitutionally, what's wrong with states stepping up and saying, well, guess what? If you don't remove them, we're going to do it. We're going to round people up and have them pushed back out across the border. You're not coming across here. And as a states' rights issue, we can do this. Why not?
Well, the federal government so I think as a first matter, the federal government under our Constitution has authority to make and enforce immigration laws. And so whenever the federal government doesn't do its job, like the Biden administration is not now, it causes havoc. And we're seeing that in communities along the border in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. And so whenever the federal government doesn't do their job, it places burdens on state and local governments. And so the state and local governments certainly have authority to take appropriate actions to protect their citizens.
Yeah.
But what the current Department of Justice is arguing is that these actions are interfering with basically the Biden administration's immigration policies, which is somewhat ironic because, the Biden administration seems to basically be failing to enforce, many of the immigration laws along our southern border.
Yeah.
And so, you may have seen a federal judge basically stopped Governor Abbott from taking several of the actions that he's put forward. But look, I think all of this goes back to the federal government needs to do its job. It needs to enforce the immigration laws.
Sure.
And when, it doesn't, it really harms us as a nation,
right.
But particularly those border communities.
Right, and I'm just throwing this out at you, Zach, just some food for thought. If you want to comment on it, that's fine, but if not, I'm just putting this out there. Listen, when the federal government fails, constitutionally, the states, there's remedy for the states. When you're talking about, for example, the compact clause, if you will, in the Constitution, you're talking about specifically language that says that, it's up to the federal government to handle all of this, unless, of course, you're talking about states actually being invaded or in imminent danger. How is this not an invasion on our southern border where, you're looking and saying, okay, well, states have to have consent through Congress to be able to do something and stop if you're looking at the compact clause. But at the same time, if an invasion is happening, which is millions of people crossing the border, and it is imminent danger because you don't know who it is, and in some cases you do, and it's pretty dangerous when you hear about who these people are, and you also know that there's an imminent danger when it comes to the safety of individuals and health reasons, then what is, I guess, maybe this is too broad, and maybe it's something that can't be answered and won't be because nobody's going to do it because of the optics. But who's to say that Texas couldn't turn around and go, look, we're going to do this. We're going to not only are we going to stop these individuals from crossing the border, but when we apprehend them, we're sending them back. This is an imminent danger. This is something that is an invasion. I mean, if 1 million people crossing a border is an invasion, then what is?
Well, I think one of the problems Texas is going to have, the current case law is as courts have interpreted it, is very clear that the states cannot enforce federal immigration law. And so that's the problem that Texas is having. They can't enforce federal immigration law under current case law. And so they're having to find these workarounds, right? They're arresting people for trespassing. They're arresting people for state law violations. But then what they can do essentially, under current case law, is they can hold them in Texas jails for Texas, state law violations. But then once Texas releases those individuals, they have to turn them back over to federal custody to then be processed through the immigration system and hopefully be deported if they're here illegally. But again, what the Biden administration is doing, rather than processing and deporting many of these individuals, they're just releasing them back into the communities in Texas and elsewhere in the country. And so as a first matter, again, the Biden administration has to do their job. They have to enforce the immigration laws. And I think if Texas were to, bring a lawsuit, other actions against the Biden administration, they have a very compelling case that the Biden administration is just abdicating its responsibility in this immigration area.
Yeah, I wonder which court that would end up federally, though. what the judges in those federal jurisdictions? I mean, what kind of individuals their judges will be on the side of Texas or on the side of the administration. I'm not saying it's political. Don't get me wrong, Zach. I'm not saying federal judges might possibly have an agenda politically or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little off base. That's all right. But listen, I appreciate you always, Zach Smith, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, heritage.org. And I have to say it before he leaves all the time because it gets him excited. Go Gators, right? Isn't that Go Gators?
Go Gators, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it sounds great, Drew.
Okay. We'll see you soon, my friend. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, Drew. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Great news, Southwest Florida. The best trade-in deal ever is back at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of what brand it is or where you bought it from, Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. That's right, folks. Aaron Walker here. Hey, whatever the car you're driving now was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only at Naples Nissan. Oh, and by the way, while inventory may seem short elsewhere, that's definitely not the case for us over here on Pine Ridge Road. We've got over 300 new Nissan models to choose from, including over 100 all-new, completely redesigned Rogue models. Get full offer details and pick out the new Nissan you want to drive home today at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. In studio with us is Dr. Michael Varveris. He is a concierge medical doctor. Now, doctor, in today's world, you have to wait sometimes months before you can get an appointment with your doctor. When you get there, it's at least an hour wait to even get in. You barely even speak with your doctor. How are you different?
And everything you mentioned, I'm different. What I'm trying to do is trying to provide the service that I'd want provided or I want a loved one provided. So a patient of mine will be able to see me today or tomorrow. The time spent will be what is needed. A patient might have to wait a little bit because I'm with another patient, but I'll do the same for them. You know, I keep my overhead low in my practice, and it allows me to create individual relationships, which obviously is what it's all about.
Go visit Dr. Varveris online. He's at mddocv.com. Again, that's mddocv.com. This is the doctor that gets to the root of the problem, your concierge medical doctor. Visit him online today, mddocv.com.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group, non-attorney spokesperson. Attention. This is an important message for anyone diagnosed with Parkinson's disease after being exposed to paraquat or other similar herbicides. Paraquat is a chemical commonly used by farmers and those that work with or apply herbicides. Residences near agricultural sites are also at risk for exposure. Scientific research showed that exposure to paraquat close to a residence increased Parkinson's disease risk by 75%. Numerous additional studies confirmed the link between paraquat and increased risk for Parkinson's. In fact, paraquat has been banned or limited for use in many other countries around the world. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with Parkinson's after being exposed to paraquat or other herbicides and suffered side effects, you may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Call us today at 800-754-8124. Our experienced attorneys are ready to fight for you, and you'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-754-8124. Again, that's 800-754-8124.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe. and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $59 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning, dealing with a crash right now, heading through Immokalee Road at Everglades Boulevard. Just getting an update from Florida Highway Patrol that is a deadly crash. No word on how many vehicles involved, but we know that they have Immokalee Road completely shut down in the area north of North Naples. So this is south of the center of Immokalee. The Sheriff's Office is rerouting drivers onto Everglades Boulevard. So if you can avoid that area for the time being, definitely a good idea. Also have a crash heading through Bonita Springs at Imperial Parkway and Old 41. So watch out for some delays there. If you're also heading through Bonita Beach Road at Old 41, we're seeing some trouble spots. And at East Terry Street, a little bit of a delay because of a crash. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday, Southwest Florida. Get ready for additional rounds of scattered thunderstorms as we head through the remainder of this morning and into this afternoon. Not quite as wet as yesterday and a little bit more sunshine, allowing us for it to be a bit warmer today with highs topping off near 91 degrees. As we head into your Friday, we continue to return to a more typical summertime weather pattern with scattered thunderstorms still in the forecast, added sunshine leaving us even warmer for your Friday with highs pushing back to 93 degrees and additional chances for more scattered thunderstorms each day for the upcoming weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors. My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
At Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
First class air conditioning. Our name says it all.
Opportunity is knocking at First Class Air Conditioning. Are you looking for a trade? Apprenticeship opportunities available. Good customer skills required. Please call 239-574-2500. That's 574-2500.